4 or 5 different stocks that you like, stuff that you probably use every day. If people know they can come to your OnlyFans and learn how to produce a track, they're gonna subscribe. Do this for years. This is long term.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I want to start this off with telling people I have 2 situations that I never want to be in, or never want to be faced with or charged with. I never want to be charged with a RICO. And I never want to be charged with a seditious conspiracy. Now, I have never heard of a seditious conspiracy until now. And the reason why I mention it, because I know a lot of people was thinking wasn't much going to happen because of from the January the 6th when they the insurrection on the Capitol. And it kind of made it seem like wasn't nothing really going to happen, because the first few people that they had caught and charged, some of them got probation, some of them got a couple of months locked up. It was like they was getting a slap on the wrist, and we was like, what? I mean, you literally trying to take over the government and you're getting probation, or you're getting a couple of months in jail, or 2 years? And I was trying to make sense of it. I still didn't understand. But now I kind of get it. It's like any other big case, whether it's some big drug dealer or anything, mafia type. They always go after the low tier people and question them and threaten them and say, hey, we can give you this probation, or we can give you these couple of months. Give us some information. Why were you out there? Who told you to go out there? Whatever, And sometimes it might not even be on record. So people think, that's people can snitch without it being on record sometimes. And you would think, oh, okay, everything good. They ain't really giving nobody no time, for real. But these are low tier people. They always go to the reason why they always go after the low tier people is because to build a case against the higher ups, they have to have had enough people charged, enough people mention your name, enough people say that they was following your instructions, or you're the leader or whatever. Because if they go after you first without all that build up, you can just get out of that. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't the leader. But if you got 1,000 people or 500 people or, even 30 people say, oh, we was all doing this because of her or because of him, now they can build a RICO case or whatever case. But this new stuff to me is, it to me is operating like a RICO. Just a little bit more serious, a seditious conspiracy. I had to look it up just to really see what it meant. And could the seditious, I keep on pronouncing it wrong, I know that, because I'm not even used to seeing this word. Seditious conspiracy. When 2 or more people in the U.S. conspire to overthrow, destroy, seize the property, or levy war against the U.S. government, or to prevent the execution of any U.S. law. Okay, makes sense. It's like straight cut. Straight cut. You don't even really got to think about it. You say, okay, yeah, that sounds like what they was doing, right? So these people getting all these light charges and stuff, and people was kind of like fading out. Like when it first started happening, it was just little by little, okay, you hear about, oh, this person got probation, this person got 3 months. And I can't remember all the charges and stuff like that because it was so many people and it's so long ago. So it could have been 6 months, all I know. It's just that it wasn't that important because I felt like they didn't really get no time for real. But And most of the people that was there, it's not against the law to be there. It was against the law to start doing stuff that was against the law while you're there. So, reason why I bring this up, and the reason why I even bring that seditious conspiracy up, everything, they said it was over 1,000 something people charged in this so far. They probably still counting. But I think they getting towards the end, because the last few months they've been handing out football numbers. When I say football, I didn't think nobody was going to get no time like this. And I got a few people, and these were all Proud Boys, members of the Proud Boy organization, which really shocked me, because I'm thinking like, we don't know who's a member. You know, it's like the KKK. I mean, basically it's just another version of the KKK. And you never know who's a member, so they got people everywhere. This is why stuff is not really affecting them. But I think this time they bit off more than they can chew. Because, and get this, they named this guy, they didn't even say his first name, which is Henry. ENRIQUE. Well, I'm going to just say Tarrio. He just got 22 years. He was a right-wing extremist. And the crazy thing about it is, he wasn't even at the Capitol the day that it happened. He was a leader, but he got arrested a few days before for vandalizing a Black Lives Matter banner at a historical church in D.C. That was in 2020. When I heard that, I was like, ain't most of these groups claiming to be Christian groups, but you go to vandalize a church? Yeah, I understand it's black people, but come on. Either you're a Christian or you're not. You can't say, well, God, I vandalized that church, but forgive me because it was black people in that church. But anyway, he gets arrested. You would think, how did he get that many years if he wasn't even there, right? Well, this is how. When he got arrested and he was in jail, then the January 6th insurrection happened, the Capitol insurrection happened. He was taking credit for it. That's how he got. Because he could have been a leader and everything, and they couldn't have did nothing. But he took credit for it. He was cheering them on and taking credit for it. Like, you literally just hung yourself. And he probably felt comfortable because of the people he was in contact with, and the people were saying, it's a go ahead and do that. And so he probably felt like nothing, he was going to be good. Well, they done gave him 22 years. And he wasn't even there. But because he took credit for it and he was the leader, he literally got 22 years. Now, that's not it. If it was just one person getting 22 years, we're like, oh, okay, well, he got what he deserved. I mean, whatever. Let's keep it moving. No. They went after multiple leaders of the Proud Boys. I'm gonna run it down. They gave Stewart Rhodes 18 years. They gave Joseph Biggs 17 years. They gave Zachary, I think I pronounce his name Rehl, but his name is Zachary, gave him 15 years. It's like they saved the best for last after they built up all this evidence by arresting these people that was just there. Some people was just there to experience it, taking pictures or whatever. But they went after the people who organized it. And of course they going after them because they want to know, was you in contact with Trump's team? Like, I see what they're doing now. They got them comfortable because they were just giving out them little short sentences or whatever. And they probably thought we connected with Trump. We good. Okay, so Zachary got the 15 years. Then Ethan, I think you pronounce his last name, Nordean, he got 18 years. And the catch with him is he's a U.S. military veteran. And he was supposed to be the leader of the Seattle chapter of the Proud Boys. So we got U.S. veterans a part of this. I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you getting caught up in it. Usually they be behind closed doors and you don't know who a part of these groups. He literally got caught up in this. Because people be wanting to take credit for their work, which I always thought that was the stupidest thing in the world. You don't see the mafia getting caught up for people they kill or whatever. I mean, they do when people snitch on them. I'm talking about, like, it's like gangsters. They want people to know, so they tell everybody, yeah, I did that Thursday. I killed him. And then when they go to jail, they're like, man, somebody snitched on me. I can't believe somebody snitched. Because you wanted to tell people. You wanted people to know your work. Now you got to go do time for your work. Okay. Well, Ethan McDaniel, he got 18 years. And the crazy thing about it, they was trying to give him 27 years. Prosecutors, it's probably because they was thinking like, man, you a U.S. military veteran and you going against the United States. They wanted to give him 27 years. But he slipped and got 18 years. I know there's some big numbers, but he probably should have got more because he knows better. Then Peter Schwartz, he got 14 years. And he was one of the people that threw a chair at some officers, pepper sprayed them. He was hitting police officers and everything. He probably should have got the 18 or 22 years. He got 14 years. I'm like, Dad, you break into the White House. The Capitol. Beat up some police officers and pepper spray them and you get 14 years? Yeah, buddy, you got off easy on that one. He got off real easy, so I don't want to hear no... And then Kelly Meggs got 12 years. He was a top deputy of, what was that, Rhodes? And he got sentenced next to him. Yeah, like Stewart Rhodes. One got the 18 years. And then he ended up right next to him. I don't know if they had they trials at the same time or whatever, but he got 12 years after Rhodes got 18 years, right? So it was a lot of people thinking like, ain't nothing gonna happen. They're not gonna do nothing. I was telling a friend a few years ago, I said, it's a build-up case. They go after all the small fries and work their way up. So by the time they get to the higher ups, they got all this information against them. They do this all the time. Sometimes they go get people they know ain't had nothing to do with it. They just know they got information and scare them. We're going to give you some time if you don't give us something. Like, what do you mean? I didn't have nothing to do with it. But I think I know something. I heard this. I heard that. They start squeezing people that don't have nothing to do with it until they start getting to people that got something to do with it. And they start handing out them football numbers, right? It's the weird thing. It just reminds me of a bunch of gangsters, right? Everybody on demon time until it's time to do the demon time. And reason why I said that, because from what I was hearing, most of these guys cried when they got their sentence. Pleaded. They were sorry. But when it all was going on, they doing interviews, they getting on social media, taking credit for it. Oh yeah, we ride for Trump. We do this, we do that. Man, from a lie. Trump, these guys are blindly following Trump and they all getting these football numbers. I know they praying that Trump get back in office so he can like let some of them out. He ain't gonna let them all out because he can't. I mean, he can, but politically it'll be suicide. But they praying that Trump gets back in. And Trump's praying too, because he now when I first started this video, I mentioned seditious conspiracy and I mentioned the RICO. Trump is being charged with the RICO. Well, he's being charged with a whole bunch of stuff, but he's involved with the RICO case. That's a scary charge too. And it's like 19 people involved in that case. They lump in I don't know why they did that. That's going to be weird. But the scary thing about that is, if you were just the person who held the door, it's like you're going to get the same charge as the person who went in and robbed the place. You just holding the door for the people so they can go in. So they charging 19 people. Now you know what's going to happen. It ain't going to be 19 people at the end. People are going to start pleading out. They're going to get scared. They don't want to do that no real time. They like, man, I ain't really do nothing. I just delivered the messages or whatever. And so they like, why should I have to, right now, because they just had the trial just started, or I guess the arguments or whatever. Kenneth Chesebro and Sidney Powell, they're getting their cases lumped together. Now, it's all 19, but they're getting theirs like lumped together, like you two together. And they're trying to get their cases separated. And I know if they hoping if we win, then it'll open up doors to get some more separated and more separated. I don't know if the judge going to do it. I don't think they're going to do it. And I get why they're trying to get it separated, because they not getting charged with the same stuff. But if you lump everybody in with the same RICO charge, everybody going to be getting like the same sentence. You don't want to go to, this person facing 20 years and you facing 20 years and all you did was introduce them to somebody. Now, I don't know. I'm just giving examples. These people are fighting. The other people that lost a seditious conspiracy, they all getting handed down football numbers. Now, not the second wave, they fighting RICO cases. They just didn't charge them with simple stuff. And a lot of them, seditious conspiracy, they getting charged with other stuff too. The seditious conspiracy is just one of the main charges. So they getting it with all kinds of stuff. And it was just so interesting because I thought I heard somebody got 10 years the other day, which I didn't mention this person, whatever. But I didn't even, until I start really looking into it, I didn't even notice that this many people had got sentenced these crazy football numbers. Now, if you want to blindly follow somebody, I understand you're going to ride for your team. Ain't no way. I'm guarantee you somebody, now that they got their cases, I don't know if they can say, hey, if you can lower my sentence, I got some information on Trump. They're going to start. So what's going to happen is they're probably trying to estimate the system. Let's see what happened with Trump first. Let's keep solid. Let's don't say nothing. If Trump win, get back in presidency, then they can start pleading their case. Hey, we did this for you, man. Let us up out of here. And then it'll be up to Trump if you want to do that or not. So the thing is, if Trump lose, and I'm ready to put money on this. If Trump don't win the presidency, which that's getting tougher and tougher by the day, because you got a group of people that, oh my God, I forgot what, they're trying to get Trump to not be able to run in the first place. Because they saying that he is one of the constitutions, I don't know if it's 14 or whatever, that it makes him not eligible to run for president. Anybody that go against the government or anything like that, and technically that January 6th was going against the government. Only problem is Trump hasn't been convicted yet. So if he end up winning, like, I didn't do that, but he's going to get caught up with something. I just don't know what. So they're already fighting and bringing up in court saying that he shouldn't be allowed to be on the ballot. So it's a lot riding right now. If he's not allowed to be on the ballot, in just some states, because every state don't got to follow the other state's rules. if they get enough states that won't put him on the ballot, there's no way he can win the presidency. But let's say he go in and he win. Now these Proud Boys are gonna be like, oh, thank God, Trump come save us. But the problem is they gonna have to speak up before that happens. Because if they chance it and he lose, then it don't matter. They don't care what kind of information they got, because they like, we already got him, he already lost. And you don't want to put yourself in that situation, because now it don't make no difference what type of information you got. It ain't good. It don't matter. They gonna have to give up some information before the court case is over. That's the only time it's gonna be worth something. And I don't think these guys want to do that time. Not all of them. You're going to have a couple of them that's going to ride solid, like whatever it is, what it is. They're going to be folk heroes. They're going to get book deals, everything by the time they get out. But this is some serious stuff. I just thought I'd break this down to you. Because, you know, and notice they saying ex-leader of Proud Boys. All of a sudden, he's the ex. It's like a street dude going to jail, being in a gang or something, and he can't get out because the judge like, you part of a gang. And then him and his lawyer talking, and say, hey, you got to denounce the gang. Once you denounce the gang, the judge can see that you're serious and try to get your life together. And this is what they tried. This is what he tried. He said, you're the leader, and all of a sudden you're the ex-leader of the Proud Boys. But you just got your 22 years. I'm no longer the leader. I done left that life alone. And mostly all of these guys cried during their sentencing and begged for mercy. It's all demon time until it's time to do the demon time. I eat knowledge for breakfast. I'm out.